ahead, Stace.
So hi, welcome to our annual meeting for the year of 2019, but our 2020 annual meeting. This is the first time I believe that we are having a virtual annual meeting. Welcome to everyone who is joining us for the first time, for the millionth time. I appreciate you all being here. We're gonna start our annual meeting with reciting the mission. I don't know, are we gonna show it or do you want me to just say it?
Oh, Sarah's got it. Oh. Hold on, Sarah, the screen came off.
Oh, I see it.
It's there.
Oh, okay, good.
It was there, Sarah. Now it's not.
There it is.
Thank you so much.
Everybody good?
Yes.
Okay.
YWCA
YWCA Tri-County area is
dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, and promoting
peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all.
Getting better.
Thank you so much. And so the first part of the meeting, we're going to have an overview of last year's financials. And I don't know if Karen is doing this or if Tara is joining her, just to give a walkthrough of the financials.
Are we going to discuss this year's financials, or are we just referring to last year's?
Just last year's financials that are up on the screen that are part of the 2019.
Okay.
Your screen?
Well, would you like, I don't know, Beth, what do you prefer? Because we're just
last year's financials.
Okay.
Annual meeting, we only just look at the financials from last year.
Okay. Okay. Well, everybody, Beth, did you want to? I'll be glad to just compare 18 to 19 if that's what we're doing, Stacey. I had prepared a comparison with year to date for this year, so I wasn't sure what you were.
Awesome. So Karen, please do what you're prepared to do. I don't think that you necessarily need to do, you can compare it however you want. So please, I welcome you to do what you've prepared.
Okay. Okay, well.
I don't know that we'll have a graphic to support.
Right, exactly. All right, well, what you see before you is the financial summary that compares our two prior fiscal years, the year ending June 30th, 2018 to June 30th, 2019. Basically, if you start on the left side, we can see that our assets had dropped a little bit, and it looked like that was primarily due to a decline in probably cash and current assets and a slight decline in investments. Overall, our current liabilities had increased significantly between 18 and 19. And I just want to make sure everyone has a copy of the financials that Beth did send out after our board meeting. Was it last week? A week and a half ago? And we don't have that here.
Wait, so if I could just interject for 1 second, Karen, yes. Everybody in the annual meeting isn't on the board. And
gotcha. So it's not everyone, right. Well, suffice it to say, I would just like to generally say that as of May 31st this year, our total assets were very similar to what they were at the end of June 30th, 2019. Only about $2,000 more. If we go to our liabilities and our net assets, with respect to current liabilities, it looks like, I'm just going here, they have declined a good 25%, which is good. And our notes payable are pretty much the same as they were last year. And our total net assets are probably about 10% more than they were last year. So roughly speaking, with respect to our statement of assets, liabilities, and net assets, we are on par to end the year at about the same level. With respect to revenues, we know we had a lot that occurred this year, but between 2018 and 19, you can see that revenue did go up, and I think I had calculated that revenue had increased significantly from 18 to 19 with all the disruptions in our business. We had not expected an increase in revenue. However, due to the government programs and specifically the PPP loan, which did grant us, what was it, $601,300. Our total revenue as of the end of May is actually 17% more than last year. So we have to wait until everything is tallied for June, but we are on par to have our strongest year ever with respect to revenue. With respect to the program expenses, you can see from 18 and 19, there was a significant increase because there was a significant increase in all of our programs across the board. And for 2019, we do expect to pretty much end up a little bit less because of the disruption in services that we could offer. Our total expenses last year were $3.4 million, and based on budget projections that Beth has put together, we expect our total expenses to be $3.6 million this year. But most importantly, we are expecting to end this year with our strongest year financially, because if you look at 2018, the difference between our revenue and expenses left us with a deficit of $430,000. For 2019, last year, the revenue of 3.1 million and expenses of 3.4 left us with a deficit of 287,000. But our budget expectations as of the end of May are projecting a positive excess of revenues over expenses of $6,000. So congratulations, great work by all of the staff and administration and our fearless president and CEO, Stacey Woodland, because we've been navigated through these troubled times, and it's actually going to benefit us financially. So, anything you want to add, Beth?
Nope, I'm good. Thanks, Karen.
Okay. If anybody has any questions?
Thank you, Karen.
All righty.
And now we should hear from Sara Wein.
Hi, everyone. How are you? So I want to take a moment just before I get started. Oh, I cannot share. Is it possible for me to share my screen real quick, Diane? And if not, that's okay. Okay, cool. I just want to share a picture with all of you to keep in mind. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit in my remarks. This is a picture from last year. It was almost 1 year ago at the YWCA USA conference that a number of the staff who are on this call right now attended. And we're looking at the White House right now. So just picture that. So hello, and thank you to everyone for joining us today. My name, for those of you who don't know, is Sara Wein, and I have had the pleasure of serving as the chair for our board of directors for the last 2 years. And as my term as board chair comes to a close this evening, I was asked by Stacey and Diane, I was invited to reflect and share some of the accomplishments of our board this past year. But before I start about what we've accomplished, what we've been working on, I want to start by acknowledging so many of the different folks, so many folks, really everyone on this call. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to the incredible staff of the YWCA Tri-County area. You know, this year, as you know, as we've heard so many different times, has been such a strange and challenging year. Against the backdrop of a global pandemic and the murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and so many others, and the fight against racial injustice that is taking place right now, you are showing up every single day. Whether virtually and or in person, you have continued to educate, nurture, and support families in our community and to drive forward the mission of our organization. To Stacey, our fearless CEO, I sincerely say that I am in continued awe of your leadership. In executive committee, we often make jokes of when does Stacey sleep? I'm not sure, but I continue every day to be inspired by your leadership, your vision, your passion. It has truly been a pleasure to work alongside you as board chair. As I said, your tireless dedication to our families is inspiring to me as a leader and is a model that I aspire to. And finally, to our board of directors, I want to extend my congratulations to our new incoming officers, including Linda Fields, who will be serving as our new board chair, Tara Smith, who will be serving as our vice chair, and Karen McDougall, who is serving as our new treasurer. I want to acknowledge our current board secretary, Pauline McGibbon, who has just been elected to a second term. And I want to welcome our newest board members, Marta Pacharo and Tamika Henry, though Tamika has served on the board previously and just recently rejoined our board. To our entire board of directors, thank you so much for your support and the hard work that you've put in over the past 12 months. And so bringing to mind the picture that I showed you, about 1 year ago, I attended my first ever YWCA USA conference in Washington, DC, with several of the staff members with the YWCA Tri-County area. It was a transformative experience. And on our last evening, we attended an event on a rooftop with a clear view of the White House. Alejandra Castillo, the YWCA USA CEO, shared that the location of this event was purposeful. She asked us, how do we center ourselves in the halls of power? And she implored us to visualize, as we looked at the White House, what we are seeking and where we are going as we move forward. After last year's conference, our CEO, Stacey, engaged Saida Agostini from YWCA USA's Capacity Building Institute. Our purpose was to strengthen our commitment to board service and to supporting the organization as a whole, to build the board's capacity and take greater responsibility in the areas of governance and development, and to position the board as true thought partners with Stacey and other members of senior leadership in the organization. In the last year, our board of directors has undergone a huge transition, one that is still ongoing, but from it, we have emerged as a stronger collective dedicated to serving the YWCA Tri-County area. We have planned and participated in 2 retreats, the first which took place in October 2019, and a second one in January 2020. In collaboration with Saida, we developed a work plan with 3 primary goals: strengthening board infrastructure, developing a board recruitment strategy with a focus on succession planning to ensure the continuity of activities, and ensuring strong board committees with active participation and concrete deliverables. Since January, we have worked to review and revise board committees' mission, vision, and objectives. With these finalized, our committees are now creating strategic work plans for 2020. We have also re-envisioned what board service requires, outlining time and financial commitments, as well as event participation, and we are establishing a process to promote accountability. We took a critical look at who is represented on our board and who is not, who we want and need to invite to the table. As I shared, this work is ongoing and will shape much of our goals and the work that we do for 2020. It is steady, it is intentional, and it is incremental, but it is work that is in service to supporting the organization. You deserve a board that is vital, active, and engaged in the incredibly important work that you do. And so as we close 2019, I am proud of the board for what we've accomplished. It has required both time and effort, and truly, I am so appreciative of all of you. I am excited for our new board chair. I had the opportunity recently to hear Linda speak at a Black Lives Matter event in Schwenksville. She will bring passion, determination, and leadership to this role. I am grateful. Though my term as board chair ends this evening, I am thankful that I still have one more year in my term as a board member. I know that the work is not done, and I look forward to continuing to drive it forward. I can't wait to see where we are 1 year from today. And finally, I am hopeful. Our organization has persevered, especially in these last 6 months. We continue to drive our mission forward through virtual story time with the Early Childhood Education Center staff, through meal and supply deliveries to our families and foster grandparents, through virtual safety planning with the Youth Empowerment Programming staff, through the provision of virtual GED and ESL classes, through planning a safe, meaningful, and joyful camp experience for our school-age children, through participation and leadership in multiple Black Lives Matter events, and developing and hosting a 6-part virtual seminar series on racial and social justice over this year, or over this summer, and through all of the countless and impactful ways that we are doing this work every day. It has been an honor to serve as board chair for the last 2 years. It has been a very humbling learning journey, and I am so grateful still today for this opportunity. I thank you for entrusting me with this responsibility. Thank you for your continued guidance, support, and efforts over the last 2 years. I look forward to continuing to serve under our new board chair. And to you, Linda, I wish you lots of luck and success, and of course, know that I am here to support you however I possibly can. So with that, thank you so much, everyone, and please take good care of yourselves.
Thank you, Sara.
Who knew Sarah Wein was going to choke us up at the annual meeting?
Make me cry.
I know. Thank you so much for those words. I think it's my time to give a kind of state of the YW. Am I right, Sara? Yes, okay. And so, you know, I want to, say, Sara, you've really been a true leader as the board chair in really trying to refocus, reinvigorate, reignite the board to be the board that YWCA Tri-County area deserves. So I know that it wasn't easy. I know, like, I'm not easy, the organization's not easy, the board hasn't been easy, and transition and change isn't easy. And you've made it look easy, and you've managed through all of it. And I think that the board has come through really a stronger board and a board focused with intentionality on the mission of the organization. And so I thank you for that because it was really important work. It felt probably nitty gritty, and it was just really important and impactful work. I think as we are moving into, you know, our next year, and we think about the year that we've just come through, I've had a lot of conversations with other organization leaders as we try to compare notes on where we've done good work, where we could have done better, and what things remain unseen or unforeseen. And, you know, what is always centering, to use Sarah's words and Alejandra's words from last year, is the fact that our organization has been here since 1908. And when you think about the things that have occurred in the world since 1908, This organization has already withstood a pandemic. This organization has already withstood 2 world wars. This organization has already withstood, a Great Depression and other economic downturns, both big and small. It's withstood wonderful presidents, and it's withstood terrible presidents. And so we will be here if we are all intentional in our work, both board and staff and volunteer, 100 years from now. And that group of committed women will be able to reflect on the hard work and hard choices that we've made in order to have the organization continue on and be successful. When I'm reflecting on what we have done this past year, we served through our Adult Education and Training Center, we served 94 high school equivalent students and 124 ESL students. Through our early education, we served 345 students throughout the early education and school age, and then we served 91 campers. In addition, we served hundreds of girls through our youth empowerment programming and really have worked intentionally to expand that programming to include boys. We sent Kelly Grosser, we only could afford 1 person, but we sent 1 person to the YWCA quadrennial meeting in South Africa last year, to the YWCA World Council. We really were able to support the growth of students, mostly girls, to make gains in social emotional learning categories, including social skills, social capital, being able to have a positive identity, to make academic self-efficacy, and to have self-management skills that are all improved from their participation in the programs through the YW. I'd also like to share some small numbers. 8 students from the adult education program earned their Commonwealth secondary school degree. We had 8 students earn their Child Development Associate credential, which is a CDA, and we had 3 students complete their construction pre-apprentice program. And those numbers, while really small, really set the path to understand that in order to have impact. Dawn Short has just joined us.
Hi, Dawn.
No!
Hey. Hi.
All right, I'm willing to get on for her.
Yes.
Hey.
So we are so happy to have you join us.
Hi, ladies.
Oh, I miss you, Dawn.
So Dawn just came home on Friday.
Oh, what a blessing.
Hey.
Hey.
You look good, Dawn.
I
You
can
look so
see.
good. You look so good. Good to be seen, my sister.
I can finish now.
Yeah, right?
There's nothing else. I really wanted to say that those low numbers really helped us understand the need in this community for workforce development. Because while those were the small numbers that we were able to meet through our programs, we realized that we really needed to focus intentionally on being able to help people get the skills that they need to obtain living wage work. And so the AmeriCorps Dawn program was, we were able to start that program. And that was really one of 3 AmeriCorps programs that we have as part of our YWCA now, which includes AmeriCorps Vista and our foster grandparent program. In our foster grandparent program, we have 14 stations, means 14 places where foster grandparents are working, whether they're schools or early education centers. We serve 64 students with 40 volunteers, which was wonderful. We are also, through really the hard work of Dawn Short and her team, we are a Maturity Works site, and we serve, we've had about 15 Maturity Works volunteers in the year of 2019 who did a myriad of things to support the organization, but a lot of it centered around facilities management and support of really keeping our facilities top notch for our students. Last year, we hosted a cleanup day at the direction of Dawn Short. And our advocacy and empowerment, we of course had our tribute to exceptional women last year, our tribute to exceptional girls. We were honored to host Senator Bob Casey and have a roundtable discussion on the affordability of childcare for families in Montgomery County especially. We always celebrate, along with other YWCAs, the Week Without Violence. And each year we've been able, in collaboration with Cherie McDonald and the Youth Empowerment Team, to really have a wonderful opportunity to work with people and have them do art projects and really show us what they're thinking about the Week Without Violence. We also participated in the rally against gun violence in Pottstown, and we received, the YW received the Herbert
meeting ahead of you on.
Award from Chief Public Keisha Hudson. We also participated in the Capitol Hill Day with YWCA, and we started last year offering implicit bias trainings. We aimed that at school districts, but we've been invited to offer it to county employees as well as other for-profit businesses. And we know that the need for implicit bias training and opportunities to discuss racial justice are going to be even more critical as we move forward in this world post George Floyd's murder. And I really just want to close with a vision statement. YWCA envisions a world that holds equal promise for every person. We stand in solidarity with our community members against racial injustice, and we work toward a world where equality exists in every facet of our society through our collective work. And that's the staff and the board and the volunteers. YWCA Tri-County area will be known as an organization where all people, but especially women, girls, and families of color, receive trauma-responsive, culturally competent education services that will support the enrichment of their lives. So thank you so much for a wonderful year, for support of an incredible board and an incredible board chair, for the work of, I mean, if you think I never sleep, I feel like the YWCA team never sleeps. And we welcome the challenges of a new year, a new world, quite frankly, and new opportunities. I don't know what's next.
Tears. My goodness.
Is the vote, are we talking of tallying the vote now? Diane, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
So next, Linda was gonna offer an incoming board president. Our votes actually were all affirmative. So we are welcoming Linda Fields as our president, Tara Smith as our vice president, Karen as the treasurer, and Pauline is continuing as secretary. And then we've also voted Tamika and Marta onto the board. So the board, I sent that earlier today via email.
I know somehow I had not RSVP'd to this meeting, so I didn't get all the stuff. That was my bad. So we turn it over to you, Madam President, Linda Fields. Welcome.
Oh my goodness. Seeing Dawn kind of I had to take a breath. I'm so grateful to God to see her and to see her doing so well. And I'm going to be relying on you guys so very much. I am so honored. And to follow in the footsteps of Sara with her exceptional and exemplary leadership, I pray that I have the strength. I know I have the tenacity and the desire to do and give you my 1000%. This board is a board that I have not seen in a long time, and I've sat on many boards. You guys, I applaud each and every one of you. And the mission statement that you just gave, Stacey, I would love to have a copy of it, because along with the one that we currently live by, is absolutely wonderful, and I would like to continue to add on to what we do and how we do it. I look forward to the support of each and every one of you. I absolutely know that I cannot do this without you. And I look forward to it. I look forward to it, and I promise to do one of many things. And the one thing is to not only know the mission, but live it. Live it in the most total way that I can, and know the programs, get to know the people that do the work to make the YW look as beautiful as it does, and it does look beautiful. It's I guess from the outside looking in, and from someone who has experienced other organizations, I have an affinity for the YW, and it's almost like becoming a stepmom of a new baby. And I absolutely love each and every one of you. You may not know that yet, but you will get to know that when I embrace something, I embrace it with everything that I am. And you are now not just board members and colleagues and friends, but your family. So I look forward to moving forward and growing and learning and becoming a better person as you guys help me develop and be the leader that I want to be for the YW.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. I think that concludes our annual meeting. It goes into the Guinness Book of World Records for its annual meeting, but I'm not complaining. Is there any other piece of business, Diane, that we are supposed to cover? No. All right. Well, so tomorrow is the last day of this current fiscal year. I think that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Stacey, I just want to say, Sara, I'm going to hold on to you and the rest of the directors and board members like you have never been held on before. So prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves.
I told you I'm here for you, and I meant it.
Okay.
I truly meant it.
You know, as the young people say, I'm just saying.
I think old people say that too. But.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and we congratulate the class of 2020. We have, I don't know how many, and I know Kelly Grosser is still on the call, but I saw her that she's in the car. But Kelly, if you can hear and can you jump in, how many girls did we graduate this year that are leaving us from 12th grade?
So I can jump in. We had too many are leaving us. It's a wonderful thing when they graduate, but we're so sad to see them go. So just from our youth empowerment programs, this has like been the longest day. I want to say 16.
Wow.
16
girls, one of which
That's
is
awesome.
on the call right now. If you all want to congratulate Angela Nixon, she is on the call. I invited them all to come, and Angela did show up. So cheers.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes.
They are all going on to do amazing things.
Thank you.
Angela is going to rule the world.
Angela started with us. Actually, I don't know, Tanika, if you remember, it's probably been like 9 years.
Wow.
You came and did some work with us on a Saturday morning. That's when we met Angela. She's been with us for a very long time. So there are a lot of girls that we've seen really do amazing things over the last decade.
Wow.
It's been awesome.
Congratulations, Angela.
So we know we have that cohort of girls. I know that I saw Veronica Barna on the call. I think with COVID, I know that we didn't graduate as many people from our adult education center as we normally do. But Ronnie, can you hear me? Jump in and say how many people? I know we had like a handful. Oh, I see you, Ronnie. Oh, you're here now.
Wow, there we go. I apologize. Having a hard time getting connected.
Put your mic down, Ronnie.
Pardon me?
Put your mic down in front of you. We can't hear you. Put your mic down.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I apologize. Due to COVID, we have had interruptions in our testing that students take to get their high school diploma. We have 2 students that did complete the process and received their high school diploma. One student has 1 more test to take and he will be finished. Actually, we have 2 more students to test and they will be finished. So now that we are getting back into the swing of things on a different normal schedule, we are going to be able to see an increase in the number of students who are completing their high school diploma. So we're excited to be back up and running. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ronnie.
You're welcome.
And then I believe that we had 1 student graduate from our pre-K counts classrooms going on to kindergarten. So those are graduates, and we hope they're going to stay engaged with us in our after-school programming. But we had a lot of graduations, it always, well, not always, but it feels so disconnected because we didn't have those last 4 months with them. So.
And we also had graduations. We had one Vista member graduate with her master's degree. And we've had 2 of our AmeriCorps Dawn members graduate with their bachelor's degree, and they're going on to graduate school. So we've graduated people everywhere from preschool all the way up into graduate school. So it's been a pretty amazing year in spite of some of the challenges we've all seen.
Thank you, Diane. So with that, I truly do conclude our meeting, our 2020 annual meeting. Thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to our continued collaborations and hard work together. It's not going to be easy. Alnisa, we're so happy to have you be here. The board, like,
I'm happy to be here. I love this. This is great.
I'll call you tomorrow.
We are looking for board members, so.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there.
I'm excited to be here. I jump in wherever you need me, so you let me know.
Okay, I'll call you tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Dawn Short, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Dawn.
Hey, Dawn.
Thank you, my sisters. Thank you, my sisters.
We love you.
I love y'all all.
Love you. Bye, everyone.
My last words is thank you, Landa.